It is October the 2nd, 2021. I'm Andy, and this is the Minorcan Mullet Report from the Golden Ray Wreck Site in St. Simons Sound.
You're on the bad side of it right now. You're about to touch up on the BB-10's bow on you. Better check her back, buddy. Check her back. Bump her back. Well, both of them. Coming in hot. Bump her hard. Okay, I'll stop for a second.
Well, hey, Minorcan Navy, I'll just take a quick second to kind of set up what's going on out here today. I think there's some confusion that's going on, and it's understandable. Sections 3 and Section 6, which were brought into the Port of Brunswick on the dry docks during the process of cutting, and we've seen those pieces being processed with the cars coming out of them for the past few weeks. Those two sections, Section 3 and Section 6, are going to be placed back on the Julie B barge, and then those two pieces are going to be transported back to Gibson, Louisiana, where they'll be processed and broken down, and whatever happens with them over there, that'll take place over there on those two sections. So the process is those two dry docks are brought back out to the VB one at a time. The section is picked up off the dry dock, moved back out, and then the Julie B is brought back and maneuvered into position, and those sections are going to be lowered back down onto the Julie B to be secured, to be transported. All this process is going to take place before Section 4, which is the last section of the Golden Ray out at the wreck site, is going to be lifted. It's still in the water. It's still sitting out there. Still has vehicles on it. But Sections 3 and Section 6 are going to be placed on the Julie B before they lift Section 7. So what we're watching here is the process of that. We saw the dry dock holding Section 3 come out yesterday. They picked it up off the dry dock. The dry dock was taken back into Brunswick, and Julie B is on the way back out to be placed for those sections. Section 3, the first one of the two that are going back to Gibson, to be placed on the barge. This is just to bring everybody up to speed of what's going on out here. And that is just a process by, instead of moving two sections on dry docks to Gibson, they're putting them on the Julie B, probably a much more stable platform. It's a huge barge, one of the biggest in this country, and it is going to take those sections on the Gibson after they're loaded and secured. So that's kind of where we are right now, and we're going to see the Julie B placed back underneath the VB to receive Section 3 right now.
So with all the process, we get out, and here we have Section 3 hanging from the VB. This was taken off the dry dock yesterday. The dry dock was moved out last night. And now it's ready to be put on the Julie B barge. Again, two pieces. This section, which is 3, and Section 6. This process, same process that's going on right here, right now, is going to be repeated again for Section 6, and both of those pieces will be placed on the Julie B barge to be transported over to Gibson. You can see that here that you can still visibly see how they separated from the dry dock, and they left that cradle system still attached to the ship, so they'll be able to reattach it just right down back on the Julie B barge. And here we see, this is the first attempt at getting the Julie B barge underneath Section 3, which is being suspended by the VB 10,000. We kind of just sped this up, but we'll slow it down here when they get a little closer and we have a little more audio to listen to. A lot of maneuvering these boats around, and Yeah, it was a tricky day out there. The wind was totally different than what it was yesterday, weather-wise, and the current was still running, maybe a little stronger than they probably would have wanted to try this. And well, you'll kind of see what happened in here. Watch.
I'm getting close to this buoy. I'm getting close to this buoy here. Okay, Mike, whenever you got to get out, let me know you're coming out. Mike, come on, Mike. Coming out. Okay, Kermit, just thrust your stern to port.
Stern to port, roger. Still coming ahead on Bertha.
Hey, with Bertha, right?
Yes, sir.
See that? Stop your thrust.
I'll stop thrust.
Okay, thrust your stern to port again.
Stern to port.
Holding about 15, 20 wide off the VB10's starboard end. Roger. 250 to get in. Roger. Holding about 10 wide and close. Okay, give me a little stronger thrust to the port.
A little stronger thrust port, right?
Once we get inside, we need to slow that headway.
I'll stop on Bertha.
I'll stop Bertha.
Alright, Cap, you pretty much matched up with VB10's bow, probably holding the foot. You need to work it over to the VB10's port side. Switch through that bow to the starboard. You're on the bad side of it right now. You're about to touch up on the VB10's bow on you. Better check her back, buddy. Check her back. Bump her back. Well, Bertha. Coming in hot. Bump her hard. Okay, I'll stop Bertha. Back it up. Them lines are getting tight. Okay, back it up on the Bertha. Back up, Bertha. Hey, you know what? Get her out of here. Back her out. Back her out. We're gonna regroup.
Backing it up.
God damn it. Yeah, Cap, you're holding about 10 off this buoy. 10 off this buoy. Keep doing what you're doing. You walk away from it. Roger that. Hey, go back up.
Hey, Minorcan Navy, Captain Andy coming to you from the St. Simons Sound. Now, we just saw the tug crews make a first attempt at trying to get the Julie B barge underneath section 3 of the Golden Ray that is now hanging from the VB 10,000. And the conditions are a little different today than what they were yesterday when they brought in section 3 to have it lifted by the VB. We're a little more wind and it's a little more choppy, and I think the tide was running a little quicker, and kind of got over the port side of the barge, kind of made contact with the starboard inlet, if you will, of the VB over on that side of the catamaran. I think they may have heard that they may have suffered a little damage on the barge. The VB is fine, but they're going to make another attempt. It's one of those things. It happens, you know, as skilled as these guys have been, and we have seen them do some really amazing things. Sometimes these factors get in the way. In particular, the wind's up a little bit more than it was yesterday, and it certainly has an effect on the. That barge is 400 feet long and pretty doggone wide. It's longer than a football field, so it's a massive barge, and trying to maneuver that thing can be quite tricky, no doubt about it. So they're in the process now of putting the Caitlin and the Crosby Star back on their respective sides of the Julie B, and they're going to make another attempt at it. So watch this, and hopefully they'll get it slid right in there this time. Continue to watch.
So after backing out and getting the Crosby Star and the Caitlin back alongside the Julie B. barge, back into position, getting those boats tied back off, they were ready for a second attempt. Took a few minutes to do this, and conditions are changing as this whole thing is going on, because the tide now has just about completely stopped, and it took at least that part of the variable out of the equation, and the crews were able to maneuver it in there with a little bit more success. Just a few stills here of the barge as it's rigged up and ready to go back into the slip, and here they go as they start to maneuver into position. Now, from what we could understand over the radio traffic, that when they made contact on the first attempt with the VB right at the bow, they kind of punctured a little bit of the barge. It was above the water line, so there was not a concern that there was going to be any flooding or water coming in or anything like that. And, on the barge, that's a simple repair. It's just, put a piece of plate over it and weld it back up, and that part would be fine again. But just one of those moments that we caught while we were out there, and we know it was frustrating for the crews, but you get thrown off the horse, you climb right back on, and this time things went a lot better.
All stop, sir. All stop.
The VP's calling you there, buddy.
I don't hear nobody. Buddy, go ahead.
Hey, buddy, how you copy?
Good.
Do you want my guys to keep them short and sweet and give you some distances on that barge?
Yeah, you can. Like I said, I got a good view of it. I just misjudged the current. I thought the wind would counteract it more than what it did, and it just it grabbed me by the ass, bro. But I got good vision. But yeah, when I start to get within 50 feet, just let me know.
Roger that. We'll keep them short and sweet so we can keep the radio as clear as we can.
Roger that.
Ahead on 2.
Kermit, gas a little thrust, your port, stern.
Roger. 1 easy to port.
Like that, looking at that barge there, that's
Yeah, Roger. Looks like it's starting to come in, buddy.
yeah, Star, give me a little push.
Roger.
Flight goal coming in, going to starboard and board. Okay, Bertha, head dead slow.
Roger, Bertha head dead slow. Still thrusting to port.
Your line in.
Say again?
Or take your line in, but just keep pushing.
Roger. Still thrusting easy to port as we come in with Bertha.
Roger. Okay, stop your thrust.
I'll stop thrust.
Head slow star.
Dead slow star.
Caitlin, take in your line.
Right.
Stay where you stern to starboard. Come ahead and indicate.
Stern starboard, Kurt J easy.
Head on Caitlin.
Just starting to peek down the good side, buddy, on your starboard. Your starboard side, looking good.
Caitlin, come ahead a little stronger.
Roger.
Keep water power, Caitlin.
Roger.
Give me half, Caitlin.
Roger half.
About 35-40 to the good on VP10 starboard side.
10 wide, look like your swing just stopped, Kurt J.
I'll stop Bertha. Still thrusting easy starboard.
10 wide on the starboard.
Okay, on the Kurt J, I need that, she's starting to go to starboard some more.
Roger, a little stronger to starboard.
Caitlin, a little stronger.
Roger.
Closing fast, buddy, on the starboard. You're 5 wide only.
Yeah, okay, I got you. I got to get my stern lifted up. Stop the Caitlin.
I gotta get off his buoy.
5 to the bad on the starboard.
I just stop thrust.
Caitlin, come ahead again.
Roger.
Give me a good bump ahead.
Just coming on the good side on the starboard.
Up to Caitlin.
Stop.
All right, back on the bad side on the starboard, buddy. 40 low.
Okay. Back away, Caitlin. Back away.
Roger.
Back away, Star. Kermit, thrust is
Back it up. Stern starboard.
4 wide to the bad side on the starboard. Too bad starboard. 35 low, just starting to get on the good side. About 30 low, coming ahead nice and slow.
Roger that.
Widening out all the time on the starboard. 5 to the good, 5 wide good.
Okay.
20 feet come inside, holding about 5-6 foot wide on the good side, starboard.
I do. Let me know when we get the bow in.
10-15 foot to come round and around. About 8 wide on the starboard.
Roger that.
All right, we just coming abreast. About another 30 foot flat to flat.
Yeah, don't stop on Bertha.
Bertha, stop.
8 wide on the starboard. 20 foot to come flat to flat. 15 to come flat to flat. 8 foot wide on the starboard side. Nice headway. Keep that headway going. About another 10 foot to get flat to flat. Still holding about 8 wide. Five to come flat to flat. Still holding 8. Nice headway. All right, buddy. We flat to flat, holding about 6 wide. Headway looks good. Keep doing what you're doing. Nice and easy. Ahead. Roger.
Want to bring that stern up, buddy?
Well, yeah, pick it up a little bit.
We got an easy port.
Buddy, if you can slow the headway and still have control, it'll help us out. If not, keep coming ahead.
Get that, knock Bertha stern just in clutch.
Roger, roger.
5 wide on the starboard. Looking good. Slow the headway, slow the headway.
Backing on Bertha.
Stop your thrust.
Thrust to stop.
Three wide, real slow headway. Looking really good. About 2 wide. If we do touch up, it's going to be real easy on the starboard.
Roger that. Stop Bertha.
Bertha, stop.
3 foot ahead. Everything's looking good. Holding 2 wide. Coming ahead just like that, buddy. We got our first 2 lines on. The next one go way back there. Just keep coming ahead. Looking good.
Roger that. Get slow ahead, Bertha, and give a little thrust your stern to forward.
Roger, little thrust starboard, Bertha bump ahead.
Stop your thrust.
All stop thrust.
Stop Bertha.
All stop Bertha. Kurt J, all stop.
As we kind of make a quick spin around the west side of the wreck site, and we see section 3 being suspended, and now the Julie B barge underneath, and they're beginning to lower the section onto the barge, and they'll get it welded up here, and hopefully we'll see this piece depart the wreck site on the barge, hopefully as soon as tomorrow. But it's just really neat seeing the coordination between these guys, and even when they have a little bit of adversity, they quickly bound back and fight it head on and get it done, and back underneath there. And you can see that barge over to the right of that blue tower just hanging out there, how far out it goes. Big barge. Well, hey, that's going to do it for the report today. We're going to ask, if you haven't done it yet, to click on that subscribe button and give us a thumbs up. Continue to make the comments. We love getting comments. I know we've been kind of slow getting back to those, but we'll get to them as quick as we can. Hey, most of all, we want you guys to stay safe out there.